Last year, on Valentine's Day, I'd planned this whole surprise for my wife, Sarah. I'd get home early, give her flowers, and we'd have dinner somewhere. But my tire blew out on Highway 47, with nothing but empty cornfields stretching out in every direction. I tried calling her, but my phone kept losing signal. I looked around and saw this weak yellow glow cutting through the darkness. I squinted to realize it was a tiny house standing alone in the middle of a cornfield, maybe a quarter mile off the road, and the yellow glow was actually its porch light. I didn't have much of a choice. It was past 9, freezing cold, and I hadn't seen another car in over an hour. I walked across the field toward the house. The corn was dead, with brittle stalks crunching under my feet. The closer I got, the more I could see that the house was old, with paint peeling and shutters hanging crooked. But there was music coming from inside, an old classic with too much saxophone. I knocked on the door, and a woman answered. She was wearing this beautiful red gown with her hair done up and makeup perfect, like she was going to some fancy party.
Oh.
She looked surprised to see me.
Can I help you?
I'm so sorry to bother you, ma'am. My car broke down on the highway and my phone's not getting service. Would it be possible to use your phone? She smiled.
Of course. Come in, it's freezing out there.
I stepped inside and immediately felt like I'd interrupted something important. The house was decorated for Valentine's Day, with candles everywhere, roses and vases, and the romantic music playing from an old record player. A man was sitting in an armchair in the living room. He was wearing a tuxedo, but it looked old and worn. He was staring at me with this expression I couldn't quite read, like he was annoyed that I'd interrupted his night. The woman gestured down a hallway, saying the phone was at the end. I kept thanking her while walking behind her. Martha showed me to a room with a landline and told me to take my time. She left. Shortly after, I could hear the couple arguing. "You always do this!" Harold was getting louder. "You always ruin our fun!"
I'm not ruining anything. He'll be gone in 5 minutes, Harold.
"This was supposed to be special! Just us!" I called Sarah and got her voicemail. I told her the car broke down on 47 and that I was okay, but really late. I hung up and turned to leave, but froze when I saw the warped shadow that had crept along the wall beside me. I looked over my shoulder to find the adjacent door standing half open, light spilling through the gap, casting a human outline across the plaster. I moved closer, heart pounding, and peeked inside. It was a bedroom, and a woman was sprawled on the bed, dressed in a red gown. It was the same one Martha had worn. She was face down, a knife buried between her shoulders. The blood had long since dried, rust brown and stiff against the sheets. My brain couldn't process it. "You shouldn't have looked," a voice whispered in my ear. Terrified, I turned to find Harold inches away. "You ruined it." His eyes looked dead. "I wanted tonight to be special." My heartbeat picked up. Without thinking, I bolted through the hallway, past Martha, who was still smiling in the living room, out the door and across the cornfield, while the dead stalks whipped my face. I got to my car, locked the doors, and sat there shaking. I tried calling 911, but had no service. Every other second, I kept glancing towards the house. Suddenly, a woman in red rose from the cornfield 20 feet away, standing and staring at me. I blinked, and she was gone. She appeared again. This time, she was closer than before, and she was smiling. I screamed, and she vanished. My eyes started watering as it kept happening. Every few seconds, she'd rise up, closer and closer, before disappearing. I sat in that car for 2 hours until the highway patrol drove past. The officers asked if I was okay and said I looked like I'd seen a ghost. I told him there was a house in the field and that a man had killed his wife, that I'd seen her body. He looked at me like I was crazy, but radioed it in. More cops came and I took them to the house. We walked across the field with flashlights. The house was there, but it was dark now. The officer tried the handle, and it was unlocked. Inside, everything was covered in dust. They found Martha in the bedroom with a knife in her back. Harold was in the bathroom with an empty pill bottle on the floor. An officer asked me when I was there. I don't know, 2 hours ago? They were alive and talked to me. He touched my shoulder. Sir, based on decomposition, these folks have been dead for at least 24 hours. I couldn't speak. The officer took my statement and helped me reach home. The autopsy confirmed that the couple had been dead for over a day before I knocked. Harold killed Martha on the day before Valentine's Day, then took pills. They'd planned a romantic evening and he snapped, and somehow they were still trying to have it. I think about it constantly, about how angry Harold looked when I interrupted, and Martha's smile. I still close my eyes and see her rising from that cornfield over and over, staring at me. My wife thinks I had some kind of breakdown from stress, that I imagined it all, but I know what I saw. Some people love each other so much they can't leave, even after death, and some people hate each other so much they're trapped together forever. I think Harold and Martha